Hey guys, welcome. It's ZiggyNo here at Sports Cards Daily, and I'm super excited for my very first interview, actually, to have the two gentlemen, Mark and Jason from TGA, the Grading Authority. And we're going to keep this short and sweet. As you probably know, I'm a big fan of competition in the market, especially when it comes to the grading. I've made fun of those PSA wizards. We have some wizards here today. They're going to talk about how they're using technology, wizards, innovation, and just businessmen. And what their plan is. So I'm gonna start with Mark and John, let you guys introduce who you are, tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're doing this, I guess, as well.
Yeah, so thank you, Ziggy. Again, appreciate your support, man. You've been killing it for us. We're getting plenty of orders from you, so much love to you for that. I appreciate that. But yeah, my name is Mark, co-founder with Jason for the Grading Authority. You know, we're just excited to get out there and get to launch. You know, there's a lot going on right now. There's a lot of orders coming in, and we appreciate everybody for doing that. And I know there's going to be a lot of questions about who we are and how we do what we do, the process, the company, the brand, everything in the future. So we're happy to answer all that. But you know, myself, I have, you know, I'm almost 39 years old here in a couple of weeks, and I've been collecting since I was 7 years old, and then heavily collecting over the past 15 years. So really excited to get into this and talk to you about it. So thank you.
Awesome. Yeah. Jason.
Yeah, so my name is Jason Robinson, and apologize. My name is Jason Robinson. Yeah, been friends here with Mark LeMay since we were almost born. It feels like almost 40 years. So we've both been collecting since we were kids. For 7 years old, I'd say even earlier than that. But the passion for sports cards for us are second to none. We love these things, and we just want to get this grading going because we've graded so many cards over the years with some of these companies that we thought, you know what, let's do it ourselves. Let's get another name out there from people that have graded so many cards and give some more competition out there for everybody, and something we both love and enjoy passionately.
So when you say that too, Jason, just for the audience, you say you've graded cards.
Yes.
You basically run a subgroup, right? You've submitted cards to PSA, BGS, the big guys for years.
So many.
You've seen your results come back where you say, hey, I'm going to get a 9 or 10. You've been confident, you've seen that come back. But you're not just going to be grading at TGA, right? You're going to be using technology with this, right? It's not just you, a wizard. Can you talk a little bit about that and how you guys are planning to do that?
Sure. So we all know that technology is very important today. We all know that technology, I think, is very important for the biggest, what's the biggest and the hardest thing that we're seeing in this industry that everybody complains about? Centering, right? So I think when we're talking about technology, there's 4 big aspects to a card: surface, right? Corners, you know, and obviously centering is the biggest one, right? So centering is the biggest one. We're going to get technology involved because there's some companies, we all know the rumors are that they let a leniency or 60-40 or 65, you know, 45, or excuse me, 65-35. We're thinking closer to 55-45 at the max.
Okay.
At the max. So we want to get their AI to get that thing to show that at the maximum, if we even allow it that low, to be 65-45. So that's where the technology is going to come in. And then our high tech magnifiers are going to be huge for these surfaces, right? Because that's where a lot of things that when a card's actually graded in a case, human eye can't even see those. There might be cards you don't know if you cracked them, you couldn't even see that if you wanted to.
True.
Yeah,
so
you're right. Centering, I can see the surface not as easy, definitely.
Absolutely. Anybody can pick up a card and know, hey, it's got a bad corner, right? Eyes can see that. We know it's got a bad edge. Eyes can see that. Easy stuff to tell. I mean, we can see it with other companies. So those 2 things are going to be big for us with the AI. It is going to be the centering and the surface.
So it's funny. I will say to you, I'll be honest. I believe PSA is much more lenient on centering, and I will send them cards that I suspect could hit PSA 10. Now, personally, though, I will tell you, it bothers me because the person most responsible for that is the manufacturer, who's too lazy in 2021 to print a centered card. You know what I'm saying? But it is also the most distinguishable thing where if I see, remember the black labeled Zion that everybody saw, it was as crooked as, you know, a tree is. And you look at that's the first thing stands out. If the corner was dinged, I would have missed that. If the edge or has a surface, I never would have known that. But centering, it's sad to say this, it's so important, and it could be better. So I understand how you're going to be using tech. That makes a lot of sense there on the technology.
It almost seems to everybody nowadays. Number one, we see everybody on forums talking about it. Look at the centering, because everybody can see from a third party on like a Facebook or a social media post or an Instagram post. You can see that. It's hard to see the other stuff. So the centering for us is obviously all 4 are super important, but that's the centering where the technology is going to help us.
So you're going to be on a 0.5 scale, correct?
Correct.
So when you say a 45-55, if my centering's 45-55, am I hitting a 9.5 on centering?
So we're still talking about that, but
Okay.
the 9.5 on centering, most likely. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
tough to
I
get
would
it's
agree
tough
with
to get a 10 with us.
But the 40-60, you're not getting a 10 or a
Not a chance.
9.5 probably.
Not a chance.
Right?
No.
Not a chance.
Yep. Very cool. Very, very cool. So can I ask, what do you expect as far as production capabilities, out of the gate? How many do you think you'll be able to get, turned around? What's your company's capabilities look like? And how do you see that kind of scaling and growing?
I'll take this one. For the launch, we have this pre-order going, right? The early adopter, and we're capping this total at 600. And because we have a lot going on as we enter our launch at June 1st. So we're going to do 600 for the first week.
June 1st is the launch. Okay.
June 1st is the launch. That's when we officially, open doors.
Okay.
There might be some grading that starts before that.
So is that the fisherman cards can start coming in, or will you start accepting mails earlier?
Yeah, we'll start accepting shipments mid to late May.
Okay.
But, I guess when we start the grading will be June 1st officially. But it's going to be 600 to start. Within our so we lowballed it because we know our capabilities. We're not the only two guys doing it. We have a team that's together, so we know our capabilities, and 600 is nothing. We can do that. So I see us scaling up slowly because we need to understand the process, because week 1 versus week 2 versus week 3 is going to be very different.
Yep. Okay.
So we'll give it a month or two and see, how production is going, or not production, but how our numbers are going. And, I can see us scaling up to 1,000 very quickly.
So 600 will come in on June 1.
Yes.
Is it June 7th or the next batch, or is it July?
Yeah.
Okay. So every week you'll bring a little bit in.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We'll open up the next queue or the next pre-order the following week.
Yep.
And then keep it weekly.
Any differentiation that you have in the market space that you see out of the box, right? I know, like, for example, HGA came out with the customized labels, right? I've seen your previews.
Question.
Are you guys planning any of that? What are your thoughts on stuff like that?
Yeah. So, and I've seen some people on social media say that, we're like HGA and customized labels. We're not, we're not doing customized labels.
No, don't have one.
Our standard label, the most, 90% of the labels that you're going to see out there are what you've already seen. It's going to be that black foil, nice glossy label. So we're not customizing, we're not color splashing, we're not doing anything like that. The 10 is going to be a little different. You're going to have a platinum label. And then once we determine an absolutely perfect card, which is going to be rare, but if we deem a card perfect, it's going to be an immaculate. And that's going to be a different label, but it's not. We're not customizing. So I guess maybe
10, just to clarify, is there a 10 and then an immaculate? Is that correct?
That's correct.
Right.
Okay. Now, you're not going to have subgrades, though, correct? So, so me as a buyer, I'll either see a 9.5, or I'll see a 10, or I'll see a 10 immaculate.
Yeah.
Right.
Which will have a different label, so you'll know 100%, like some of the other companies, what differentiates that 10 from the other one.
So Ziggy, like you were talking,
Very rare though. We're talking very rare. There's no 65, 45 in that thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Any plan for a what's it called? A pop count?
That's a good question. I'll let Jason take this one.
So we're obviously going to have to talk about that down there, to consider it. My initial response is no, because do we trust the pop counts out there? We know everybody. No. Nobody has to even think about it. They're cracked left and right.
Absolutely.
So what is the pop count if we know it's inaccurate? Do you feel comfortable? Hey, look at the pop count. I know it's wrong. It's completely inaccurate, but I can look at a number for no reason. Do I feel better about it? I don't personally. So I think with especially like the immaculate labels or certain cards that are super rare, as we talk about it, sure, there should be something in there. Absolutely. Because I don't think somebody's ever going to go, hey, I got an immaculate label from these guys on a number to 25 card. Let's pop this. Let's crack this,
Not happen.
Can I request you guys consider, though, keeping maybe, even if it's internal, a registry of serial numbered cards and the grades you give?
Yes. That's not even a question.
We're going to keep a registry.
And maybe even expose that. I think to me, that's so valuable for the hobby in general, because I will totally agree with you on the pop counts, right? It's such a gray area, but it bothers me that so many cards, especially serial number cards, can get graded over and over and over and over and over and over and over, and no one's keeping track of that. I mean, so that would be something I think if you could do that, that'd be awesome. It's something that the community could look at in the future as, hey, everybody should be doing this, right? So that's awesome. I like that approach. I can respect
Internal
that.
absolutely, we're already gonna have it. Yep.
So
How about a
furthermore,
registry
the
system? Have you thought about that as you
you have-
grow?
Those are fun. Registries are fun.
So real quick, Ziggy, you talked about the numbered cards, right? So we're gonna have a registry, no doubt. But above and beyond that, the slab actually will have the serial number on it.
Excellent. Okay.
So I mean, somebody cracks that, there's no more. There's, you know.
Here's an idea, and this is totally wild. Just
Love
I've
it.
watched how NBA Topshot does the collection stuff, right? You gotta create a
There you
collection.
go.
I'm a
Create-
Topshot guy too.
Create a collection award program where if you can get me a TGA of of a baseball player, football, cross sport of common cards too, right? And take a picture of all 4 of them for me, you get a free slab, right? Free submission,
Ziggy,
something like that.
You're talking the future already. So we have so many plans, and they're not just ideas that we just thought would be cool, but they're actual plans, and they're in the
Excellent.
works.
Don't give it away, Ennis.
I'm giving a little teaser, just a
Oh, I'm
little.
talking to Ziggy here. I'm not talking to you.
Okay. I'm just this idea is kind of me because I love, and I'll tell you, to me, where I think where you can get is again the collector. There's certain people who are going to want to collect these things, and because here's what I've realized, guys. Wizard or not, we all want our card protected, and we want somebody in the community to tell us what they thought about it. And the reason I say that is, as a person who has 3 kids and we were buying and selling cards on eBay, it sucks when I sell a card on eBay and I say, hey, it's in really good condition. I tell you everything. And then I get it back in the mail and it's bent and whatever. And I'm like, that wasn't the card I said. That's frustrating. And it kills the lifeblood of the hobby. But if I can put it in a slab,
I agree.
and I don't care whatever the number is, or really the number of the company, but when I ship it to you, I know it's protected. You have a third party told you what it is. If you decide you want to break it out of that slab and do your own thing, great. Right. But for me, I have the confidence that I gave you something that I and somebody else have said to you what the quality of it is. And I think that's the most important thing. And the other point I'll make we talked a little bit about this too, is that people say, well, where are we in 10 years? Who's going to care about TGA or whatever? What I would say is no one knows where we are in 10 years. But what I will tell you is if it's graded by TGA or ABC or whoever it is, 10 years from now, you open it up and you look at it and go, wow, it has 9.5 on it. You look at what's going on in the marketplace today. Are they still around? If they are, great. You probably have a wonderful card. If they're not, then you can send it and cross it over to whoever the company is now, right? And you're still going to have a great asset there. So I think what you guys are doing is amazing. I'm very, very excited about it. I'm kind of got a little.
Mark, tell you our company motto?
Pardon me?
Do you know our motto? Did Mark mention our company motto yet? You just hit it. You just hit it. Mark, you want to tell him?
Always stay protected.
Oh, I did see that one. I did. Yes. Always use protection.
Always use protection. We're going to go use
always use protection. Or we can say always stay. Same thing, right? Always use protection. I mean,
well, you can do some very good advertising with that. I can do some very creative advertising. And this hobby loves that creative advertising.
But it's truthful. It's sincere on your end. You want to protect your card.
Yeah, it is. And again, like I said, it helps with that transaction.
We're trying to protect your card. We're trying to put a beautiful label on it and make it something that's going to be in 10 years, to your point, right? You pull it out of that box, whatever, that thing still looks good. In fact, hopefully it's not on a box. Hopefully it's up somewhere there and it's on display because it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful card. It's a beautiful slab.
Now you guys are up in, where are you guys located again?
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire. And production's gonna be done here in the United States. So building jobs here in the US too. Yes, are you hiring yet? Any jobs you're hiring for?
Yeah. We put up a little IG story the other day because we are looking for like some graphic designers to help us, not with the labels or anything, but for like social media. We are looking for some people that are in marketing, whether they're college students looking for internships or other people who are looking for that. And this is the toughest one right here, but you know, we could bring on a couple more graders,
Mhm.
but you know,
I'm going to spend, that's gonna be
being
me.
as not boneheaded, but Jay, I mean, we're going to be very strict on who we look at and
Hey,
who we
I
bring on.
understand.
And there's been no grading companies in New England. So maybe I'm wrong here, but there's not a single grading company in New England that I can think of.
Can I ask a weird question? You know, when you have the card savers and the guys put the sticky note thing in there, is that helpful
Yeah.
or not?
Absolutely it is.
Yeah, yeah.
It is.
Love it. Well, think
Now, does
about it.
that make you change your grade?
How many times you got on YouTube, huh?
I only
No.
tease that because a friend of mine told me, he said it didn't
I
make
got a
a
thank you
difference.
note.
Yeah, right. Or $20 bill. He was telling me that they cut the sides of them sometimes. And they don't really care. They don't keep the plastic. Anyway, I'm just curious about that. Let me see.
I guess that depends on the grader.
So I know where you guys are coming from. Again, you're going to be staggering in the amount you're bringing in. First, when do you think the first slabs will be shipping then? June 1's your first date. When will the first ones be sending back to customers? What's your first turnaround time? About 20 days?
I anticipate our first like bunch of slabs that go out will be, I don't know, Jay, I think within like about 10 days, within 10 days.
Yeah, I'd like to get them quicker, you know, for those early adopters, because we need our name on, we want our name out there ASAP. So these priority people that are coming in right now, you're hearing about, we want to get them out there fast.
And I am one of them.
here's the
I've
thing.
signed up. I will tell everybody I have
Yeah.
signed up. I'm not affiliated with you guys. I'm just a friend, a fan.
Yeah.
I will be sending my cards in. I'm super excited about this. And days are business days, correct?
Correct.
Yeah,
Right.
and Ziggy, our goal here is to under promise and over deliver.
Absolutely. That's the best way to do anything in life.
So
in my
if we
opinion.
say 30 days, I mean, realistically, we're thinking, you know, and we know our bandwidth, so
Yep.
you know, we're gonna stick by it. But
Well, I also
these
think,
first
I
rounds
think
are
key, in my opinion, is communication, right? And you talked about this earlier with customer service. Man, if your power goes out for a month, you guys get hit by COVID, whatever it might be, if you communicate that, that is more important.
Absolutely.
You hear about it after the fact. Oh, well, we were hit by COVID. Well, so is the whole world. Why didn't you tell me the first day that
Right.
your office was out with COVID? You know, just, I think communication is key, especially in a small world. The hobby's very, you know, forgiving and friendly. Well, okay, so
big for us.
I'm running out of my time here on my free
No
Zoom, by the way. Real quickly, for those skeptics out there who are like, no way, what would you tell them
Sure.
to give you a shot? What's your sales pitch for them?
I like how you just say it's a sales pitch. I don't want to consider it a sales pitch, but the reality is these are two people right here that are really passionate about it. It's easy to say that, but this is something I want to live and breathe every day. I love cards, all kinds, right? So I want to be able to get these things out there and get them fast to people as fast as we can, obviously with realistic expectations, because this is what we love to do. Do you know how exciting it's going to be the day that we grade? You know, we have our own personal thing. It's going to be amazing, and it's good. It's going to be like every day. But I'm going to feel like a kid in a candy store, but it's really my job.
Love that. I can feel your passion, man, and I can tell you guys are hobbyists first.
Oh, all day, all day. Don't even ask what I'm a fan of, because I'll get made fun of.
You get the passion, right? And this is where passion meets innovation, because we have some big plans. I mean, these cards, these slabs are going to get shipped back to people. They're going to have a little bit of a meaning behind them that people aren't going to realize quite yet, but they're going to know very soon. That card's going to be tied into a special program. We have some big plans. So, you know, the passion, absolutely, first and foremost, we care. We want your cards to be safe. We want them to be protected. We want to have a fair and accurate grade. But beyond that, we want to make it fun. We're gonna change this hobby up. You know, you talk about disruptors. We're gonna be a disruptor. We're gonna be doing some things.
I'm super excited, and I would say, you know, check your spelling, have fun, stay focused, and you just you know, keep doing what you're doing, guys. Like I said, I'm a huge fan. I'm super excited about what you're doing. I hope everybody watching out there has enjoyed this. Guys, check these guys out. They're on Instagram. Your website will probably be up live by the time this goes. I know you just put that up, I think yesterday or today. So I will probably put the website. It's already up.
Technically, it's up right now.
More information coming from these guys. I will be grading with them, and I will share with the community my grades, my stories, and hopefully have these guys back on. Mark, Jason, thank you very much. I'm humbled to have you guys on tonight. Have a great day. Stay safe, stay
Appreciate
healthy,
it.
everybody.
Likewise, Ziggy.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
buddy.